All right. What's up, devils? Sensei-tutum here with another video for you. So, we're going to do something I haven't done in quite some time. I'm going to hit you with a detailed analysis on Ethereum. I had posted a chart on account, which I will say is now, I guess, officially my primary off this low here. And, of course, the Elliott Wave counts are never written in stone, right? But it'll be officially my primary, and we'll get to that, right? But once I made that post at sensei-tutum on Twitter, I said, throw a like if you want to see a video analysis on it. So here we go, because I got a decent amount of likes. Previously, I had this macro count that you see on the chart, right? And there's a lot going in here. And at the time, I just posted a count on Twitter. I left these lines on because, to be honest, it was slightly in the lead for my favorite. Why? Well, I have this here as a WXY. It's really funky as an impulse, right? And the way that it works as an impulse, we'll get into in 1 second. But no matter what, I was expecting a 3-wave, right? And then we had a nice, huge A wave, right? Kind of a small B. And then we had this small wave, right? It actually is out to a 382 extension of the A for this, what I will say now is a confirmed C wave. So that's, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not out of the realm of things that happen. It's just not likely. And I move on probabilities, right? So I saw a clean 5 down, but because of the relative length of this wave compared to this wave, I was expecting that we would potentially go down and get closer to a 1-to-1 relationship. Now, a 1-to-1 relationship would have taken us into the negative, right? So we weren't going to get that. And at the time, that did concern me that we got such a shallow B. I was hoping for definitely a bigger B. But then, so at that point, what's your next most likely wave relationship? It's a 618, right? Extension C to A. So I was kind of expecting this, somehow maybe it's a big 1, deep 2, short 3, something like that, right? But I don't predict the future. I just, I'm just doing technical analysis. And, but I had, when I shared this macro, I had this C low here. And some people seem to not notice that this is if I put 2 counts on a chart and share it, it's because both damn counts have a good chance of happening, right? I wouldn't show you a count that I thought had 0 chance of happening. I just wouldn't. What's the point, right? Some commenters said, I remember one guy in particular, I hope you like missing money. Let's take a little quick sidebar on that. If I don't specifically tell you something, don't assume it, right? I'm not here to make calls. I'm not here to prove how smart I am or how good at technical analysis I am. I'm just here to show you technical analysis, the TDU method, so that if you think, hey, that's pretty interesting, I'd like to learn that you can come learn it, right? So I go out of my way, especially for you guys on Twitter and here on YouTube, not to talk about my trades, right? And even members. I don't really get into it with members too much, except for in the Dojo project, which super excited about, loving totally, where we have basically I've created a trading method that I think anybody can follow. You don't have to be an expert Elliott Wave. I think it's very simple. It's very stringent because it's meant to pay a lot more than it loses. But we are working through on a practice account with that, and I'm walking those trades through, every step of the way. Myself and higher level belts, we're all adhering to that strategy, and it's really new. And I'm actually just in my first trade still with it. It's a silver trade, and it's going pretty decent so far. But in any event, as far as typical operating procedures, I don't tell you guys about my trades. I'm just here to teach, right? So don't assume anything. And again, if I have a count on this on the chart, don't assume that it's there for no reason. You said that guy said, I hope you like missing money. I mean, yeah, I bought at 120. I bought a hodl position at 120, right? So what money did I miss on? I'm not following. And why would you not, right? Primary and alternative. So price goes up for 2, or price ends, or the low is here. Why would you not potentially take that, right? right? That's what you, in trading, that's what you're looking for. A primary and alternative that go in the same direction. And then if, even if you're wrong, you make money, right? So unless you're really wrong and then you're fucked, right? But that does happen too, for sure. In any event, moving past that. So if this is a completed A, B, C to here with the short 382 extension on the C, what does this count? Well, in theory, it could just be this WXY that's here, and it could be a truncation. But really, you'd like to see that in a truncation that the truncated wave is at least 80% the length of the previous wave. And we're like 30% here. So I'll go with the truncation on the other side. I'm going to go with this as a 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 truncated fifth here. 18%, 19.5%, something like that, right? So that falls within what your expectation of a truncation. We always had this as a 5 wave, but we had this as a 3, 3, then a 5, right? I'm sorry, a 3, 3, 5 off of this move. But really, I think that what we should have this as is a, come on, go away. Thank you. A 3, 3, right? A zigzag here, just like this ABC shows. And that this is, now, that would make this a sharp style of correction. Look at this 2 wave. This is a sideways style of correction. So this actually fits in pretty damn well, right? Truncated fifth, and then boom, rocket ship off of it. Okay. So then you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave move. We all know what is 3 plus 4? 7. So 3 waves and a correction, plus 4 for an extension. Bada bing, bada boom. That's what I've got, and I'm going to roll with that as my primary at this point. So we've got a Y completed to here, and instead of putting in this as an X and down for a Z, which is a low probability outcome, and I've said that all along, especially when I threw this on the chart. I hate projecting for those. Never do. And I guess we see why. So we're going to go with this is a completed Y here, and then this will be an impulse off of that. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So this is an impulse with a deep 2. I called that a 3 previously, but let me just go ahead and throw that on here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. I'll just go ahead and put that as like a intermediate. There you go. So let's just get over, and then of course we've already been through this. Let's go ahead and switch to the current count. I think I have that here. No. Hello? Oh, Bitcoin shit. What am I doing? That's more like it. Okay. So here's the count as I have it. Oh, and also interestingly, I had posted this sort of for Twitter. Obviously, I did a full write-up for the members, showed this. And, on Twitter, I just said, Trade Devils members know what to expect. I didn't even post the asset because, again, I don't want you guys making trades off of what I'm telling you, especially when, because you might not have any idea what I'm showing you. But for those of you who weren't aware, I was just showing that this is basically a completed impulse, showing signs of weakness, and that it should correct. I wasn't saying it should go to the dirt, just that it should correct. And it was Ethereum, happened to be. And look, we're correcting. Shocker. So what I have here, as you can see, is a 1 double 3 combination, flat, zigzag, zigzag, truncation. More truncated than I'd really like to see it, but hey. But only 3%. It just doesn't look, I don't love the look of it. Anyway, or actually, let's do this. There you go. See, it's not quite 80. We'll put the 786 on, which is more your So about 80. I mean, it's about 80, but it's not quite there. So a little more truncated than I'd like to see it, but hey. So we got a very bullish count here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then it would obviously be another 1, 2. This is 3 of this yellow counts 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if we were to take the measurement for this, currently we've only slightly gotten beyond a 1-to-1 relationship. This one was quite big, even relative to this thing. It was almost a similar size, which is something we expect to see in 1-2s. Of course, something else you expect to see in 1-2s is overlap and lack of alternation. This didn't even overlap. None of this is overlapped. It's so bullish looking. Now, I've seen people say out there like, well, it seems like more like a WXY to me. It's like, you guys got to come over to Trade Devils. I'm not saying it cannot, but you're not looking for you're not looking for, well, it could be this, it could be that. You're looking for, well, it's likely this, it's likely that, right? That you're looking for the most likely count. And this is not most likely a corrective subwave structure. It's just not. Even as 1-2s, none of this shit's overlapping. It's just very bullish. Everything about this is bullish. Correctives do not look like that. Correctives look like this. Of course, sometimes you get a corrective that does look like this, but don't expect it, right? Why should you expect it? Now, we just went over the macro count. We violated the 1-2 down, right? This can't be a 2 up. So then at that point, what can this be, right? We've got a 3-wave move to here. Unless you can somehow, force a 5-wave onto this, which would have to be the only, if we were to go down and make a new low, that is literally the only count that could make any sort of sense. Force a 5-wave onto this, and then this is an X wave going down for a Z later. I don't think so. Could be. I mean, it's there. It's in the running for sure. But at this point, we have broken structure, as I talked about on Twitter, retested that structure, and away we went. I just, I'm not saying we're not going to come back down and test this again at some point. Very well could. But I just think the low is in at this point. Feeling pretty good about the market in general. And this is where my count's at. Let's see. Is there any more specificity we want to get into here? Not really. In moves like this, it's hard to project because it's kind of atypical, right? Now, I do think that we're going to get into at least some decent sideways here for a bit at some point. Bitcoin is, and I hate to, one thing I don't do, people try to get me to do this all the time, is I don't analyze one chart based on another chart. But that being said, let's analyze another chart based on one chart based on another. Oh, nice. Corn actually had its nice little corrective there. So yeah, I was going to say corn could be in for a larger degree corrective here. Now, if that's the case, it does look completed. We could get nice and sideways for a while on Ethereum. You could even have a case that this is a 1, 2, 3, small 4, 5, and very well could be, so that this is a larger, this 4 going in now, potentially. But for right now, so obviously none of this is written in stone, but suffice to say, very bullish. If we get a 618 retracement on Bitcoin, then I would say we would probably have the full 4 coming in here, nice sideways, fairly deep for a while. But I'm droning on at this point. So this could very well be in here, but I'm going to leave it there for now. And we'll see how it plays out. But long story short, and I never tell you guys my positions, but, just because of that one dickhead, I bought at 120. I'm still holding. All right? Toot out.